welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Giselle, and for today's video we're going to go ahead and do a soft pink Valentine's look. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with my Anastasia eye primer and my Too Faced multi-use concealer. And I'm going to go ahead and put these on the back of my hand and just mix them up in order to have the perfect eye base for my eyeshadow. And as you can see, I am placing the product more towards my lid and then slowly working my way up underneath my brow. And the reason as to why I do this is because it allows me to have control over the product and it gives me a clean and crisp line underneath my brow. And once I am done applying the product all over my lid, I go in with my beauty blender in order to blend out any creases that I may have, and it just provides a seamless base for the eyeshadows to come. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same process on my other eyelid. And so now that I'm done all with the eye prep, I'm going to go ahead and pick up my Amrezy palette that is a collaboration with ABH. And I'm going to go ahead and use the shade New Yorker. And picking this up with my Morphe x Jaclyn Hill eye buffer brush. This is the JH36. And I'm placing this shade on the outer corner of my eye first. That's where I'm going to concentrate it. And then whatever I have remaining on my brush, I will slowly transition it into my crease towards the inner corner of my eye. And as you can see, I'm continuously blending. Blending is key when it comes to eyeshadow. You do want to have a seamless crease in order for the other shadows to go on top of it. And I am now here placing more of that shade towards the outer corner. I'm packing, then blending. That is the technique that I am using here. And now I'm just using a clean brush that has no product on it to go ahead and blend the edges of the shadow. The key here is to just keep on blending until your arms are really sore, so just keep on blending. And I'm going to go ahead and just deepen up my outer corner with the shade OG from the same palette. And I'm going to go ahead and just place the color and pack it on and then slowly and seamlessly blend it out. And because I did go ahead and pack it on, I go back into my brush that has no product and no eyeshadow on it. And I'm going to go ahead and just blend out the edges of that shadow in order to go ahead and have a nice seamless blend for the shadow that I'm going to go ahead and place on the lid later on. But first I'm going to go ahead and just do the same thing that I did on one eye to the other. And then I'll go ahead and place my lid shadow. Now that my eyeshadow on my outer corner is done and my crease is blended, I'm going to use the shade Wasted from the same palette, and I'm putting this shade all over my lid, but I'm also doing a soft cut crease. And what I mean by a soft cut crease is that I'm not actually using a concealer to cut my crease for the eyeshadow. I'm just using the eyeshadow in itself to go ahead and give me more definition towards the front of my eye. And the brush that I'm using here is the Anastasia Dual Brush. So you can go ahead and use one side to just pack on the shadow like I'm doing here. And then flip it over to just go ahead and blend out the edges of the shadow that may need some blending, like I do right here. Now picking up the shade Barb to go ahead and put on my lid. It did not pick it up on camera, but it did give it this nice pink flecks on the eye. So it's great if you do want a little bit of a shimmer on your eyelid. And I'm going into the Soft Glam palette from Anastasia as well. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up Suppress Umber. And I'm going to go ahead and use that as a brown shadow liner. I'm doing this in order to give me more like of a defined look on my lash line. And then after I'm done with that, I'm picking up burnt orange and rustic to go ahead and define my crease furthermore. Then my eyes are nice lined and defined. I went ahead and put on some lashes. Now going into my Alamar Cosmetics Brighten and Bronze Complexion Trio, and I'm using the brightening powder to go ahead and dust off any excess that the shadow might have given me. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my bronzing powders in the same trio and just bronze up my face where the sun would normally hit. Now that I'm all bronzed up, it's time for lips, and I'm using my KKW Beauty Nude 2 Lip Liner, and this is actually one of my favorites. If you haven't watched my favorite nude lippies, I'm going to go ahead and link it for you guys here on the screen, and I'm going to go ahead and put it down in my description box below. Be sure to go ahead and check that out, and I'm now going to use my NYX Cosmetics London Lip Cream all over my lips. And just to lighten up the lip, I'm going to go ahead and use my Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in Sand. And after you're done blending out the lip shade, you are all done with the look. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed getting to see this soft pink Valentine's Day look. And make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you all in my next video. Besitos!